Hi, everyone. I'm Meg from Maison Jupiter, and welcome to your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is where every week I share with you guys from Wednesday to Wednesday what is going on with the current astrology. We dive deep into the stars and see what is going on in the cosmos and how that is affecting us here on beautiful Mother Earth. Before we dive into the astrology, I do want to mention that I do have personal astrology consultation bookings available over at maisonjupiter.com if you're looking for more of a personal astrological reading. I believe my booking dates are now open for starting in June, which is a bit far off, but if you'd like to have a personal reading, I am open starting in June. And I've got discount code BeyondMystic to get 10% off of your next reading with me. And I'm currently offering 1 hour, 1 year personal forecasts using the astrological transits, and also 1 hour birth chart analysis astrology reading. So I have so much fun doing the astrology readings and I love it. I'm so passionate about it. So thank you all so much for everyone that's supporting me with the astrology, with these weekly Beyond Astro forecasts and my consultations. I love you guys very, very much. And also thank you to everyone that supports us here at the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Jean-Claude and the whole team, we all really appreciate and love all of you guys. And if you'd like to support us, please make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you like and share this video if you enjoy this content. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. We've got so much amazing things happening, so many cool new video series. So definitely check out everything we've got going on there. So what is going on with the astrology this week? Well, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments how you're feeling. And I know every week lately when you guys have been seeing me, I've been saying, this is such a crazy week. This is such an intense week. And I feel like this week is a little bit different. Okay, I'm actually really liking the energy for this week. I think we have some really positive things going on, even though we've got a full moon, which most of the times when we have a full moon, that can be pretty intense because full moons are the time in the lunation cycle of endings. You know, it's the completion cycle of the moon. It's endings, it's cleansing, but full moon times are also illumination, things being illuminated, brought to light in our life. You know, like I like to say, everything in astrology, the meaning of it comes from what's practically going on with the astrological positions. And when we've got a full moon night, it's very bright outside. It brings light to the darkness. It brings light to the parts of life that we usually maybe don't see clearly. So that's the beauty and the positivity of a full moon. And I do think that every year, you know, around this time of year when we have the Libra full moon, it is a really more on the lighter side of the full moons, if you will. Libra is the sign that rules relationships, balance, harmony, peace, beauty, the arts, justice, and fairness. Lots of beautiful things. Everyone who's a Libra, sun, moon, rising, I love you guys. I just love the energy of Libra. It's light, it's harmonious, it's artistic, it's beautiful. It's about others and relationship. So this full moon is not one of the intense full moons out of the whole year. We do have something that I'll get into. I am going to share the chart of the full moon in a moment, but just want to say I like the energy of this full moon overall. I like also this week we have the Venus sextile Neptune this week, which is a very positive, romantic, creative, and magical aspect. And so we've got that going on. And Venus is currently in one of her home signs of Taurus, and Neptune is in his home sign of Pisces. So we've got both Venus and Neptune in their home signs in a sextile aspect, which is really positive. So that's really magical. You know, Neptune is spirituality and magic and creativity in astrology, and Venus is the divine feminine, sensuality, creativity, the enjoyments of life. So this is a very romantic flavor, creative flavor on the week, if you will, that we can use to our advantage. With the Libra full moon, which is also quite creative, Libra is also one of the most creative signs. And we've also got the Sun conjunct Jupiter this week, which is going to be exact on April 11th. And this is one of the most positive aspects in astrology. So we've got all these really nice elements coming together this week, as well as all of the planets are still direct. So this is our last just over 2 weeks of having none of the planets retrograde before we have Mercury going retrograde on, I believe it's April 21st. So this is a week to enjoy yourself, to enjoy the energy, to be in the beauty of life, the enjoyments of life, romance and creativity, whether that's with yourself or probably with others, because we're dealing with a Libra full moon, which is about others, which I will get into. So right off the bat, I'll keep saying it again. I like the energy of this week, and let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. This Sun conjunct Jupiter, very lucky transit. It's about taking action in our beliefs and what resonates with us and being open to receiving, very much so. And with the Venus sextile Neptune on top of that, this can be super magical, where our dreams are very active this week. Synchronicities are very active, our intuition. So love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments about that. But I think the biggest thing we've got going on this week is this full moon in Libra that's going to be exact April 5th or 6th, depending on where you are in the world. And I've brought up the chart from my astrology program for this full moon in Libra. So where I am in the world right now, which happens to be just outside of Toronto, Canada at the moment, we're going to be having the exact moment of the full moon, April 6th at 12:37 a.m. So this is the chart for that. And we can see that this full moon, we can see the moon symbol in the 10th house here in the chart. This moon is in Libra, which is, as I said, one of the lighter signs to have a full moon. And it is exactly opposite Chiron, okay, which is really interesting. It's actually exactly opposite something that we call in astrology a triple planetary conjunction, which we're currently having right now, of the Sun, Jupiter, and Chiron over here in the 4th house, all in Aries together, all within a 5-degree orb at the moment as I'm recording this video. So the moon is opposite Jupiter and Chiron, and the moon's always opposite the sun when we have a full moon. And so moon opposite Chiron, our wounds are being highlighted. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Libra is all about our relationships. Okay, that's the main thing with this full moon, is about the relationships in our life. There can be relationships ending. That can be a really big theme of what's coming up. Libra in astrology is our love relationships, business, work relationships. It's not so much friends. Okay, that would be more of a Gemini or Aquarius energy. It's our love and work relationships. So any wounds, any things that are not resonating, this full moon and Chiron are in an opposition together, highlighting that. Okay. And I do want to mention, we've also got Mars in Cancer right now. And Mars is the ruler of Aries, the sign that we're having so many planets in right now, the Sun, Jupiter, and Chiron. So Mars directs energy and energizes whatever sign it's currently in, very much so. And Cancer is the sign that rules our home and our family. So I do think with this full moon, it's not just about lovers, love relationship, business or work relationship. It's also the family dynamic. So we just actually recorded on Tuesday, April 4th, a Divine Feminine Oracles episode. And I was sharing in that I really feel like with this full moon in Libra, we're in a beautiful energy right now. We got no planets retrograde. We've got really nice aspects for the week. Yes, we can be feeling our wounds and triggers coming up with this moon opposite Chiron. Nothing that I would say is super dark or intense. It's just stuff naturally coming up to be ready to be released. But this is a time where we want to be dealing with our stuff, okay? This is the perfect time to be dealing with anything that we need to bring up in a relationship, love-wise, work-wise, family-wise, that's maybe unsaid or maybe be lingering, or if anything comes up in the moment during this week, it's better to deal with it now than to deal with it later on at another point in this year, because for a lot of the rest of the year, from April 21st onwards, we're going to be having a bunch of planets retrograde. We're going to be having some, intense eclipse seasons and transits. So this is really a good time to, I keep hearing spirit say, take action when it comes to your relationships, to take action in whether that's having to do, a literal breakup or a renegotiation of a contract or something, or bringing something up work-wise. Take the action. And spirit's also saying take the action to actually look at the relationships in your life, to maybe do a little bit of meditation or journaling, self-reflection time on the people that are closest to you in your life, that you're surrounded by, and what are they reflecting back to you. That was something that Julie has been very eloquently talking about lately in some of the videos she's been doing, is that she feels that this Libra full moon energy is very much about showing how we are all just reflections of each other. So that really resonates with me. And I wanted to mention that, what Julie said, looking at who's around us and what are they reflecting back to us. Who do we feel good around? Who is in alignment with our values? Because trust me, you guys, I can hear spirit saying it so strong. It's better to deal with any relationship changes that need to happen now than later on in the year, when we've got planets retrograde, when we've got intense things going on transit-wise. This is a really good time to deal with it now, and it'll be a lot more peaceful, Libra, and effortless to deal with it now, okay? Sometimes it can be scary to deal with things in the moment, especially if there's some kind of, conflict or confrontation with someone. But that's what Aries teaches us in astrology, is it's best to deal with things in the moment. It's best to not let things linger on, okay? And the shadow side of Libra, gotta say this because it's the truth, even though Libra is beautiful and Libra is about harmony and balance and peace and all that, the dark side of Libra, because it's the sign that rules relationships, is sometimes people that are Libra sun, moon, rising, or have a lot of Libra in their chart. Sometimes they can maybe, do too much of what other people want rather than what they want to do. And I'm not saying every Libra is like this, but that can be a shadow aspect of the sign of Libra, is kind of giving up your values, kind of giving up your wants and desires for what the other people around you may want. So that's something that I'd like to bring to your attention during this full moon, you guys, is really illuminating back to yourself with this full moon. What is the truth with the relationships around us? Who resonates, who's in alignment with our values? Are there people that maybe don't make us feel valued or don't make us feel good when they're around us? Very important things to look at, okay? And this can, again, I'll say it, be a really big full moon for some people having breakups, some people freeing themselves from relationships that no longer serve. That can naturally be coming up at this time. And it's so interesting because the opposite sign to Libra actually is Aries. Okay, so Aries is the first sign in astrology, and Aries rules self. So we've got the Sun, Jupiter, Chiron in Aries. This in astrology we call a stellium, when we have 3 or more planets in the same sign or house. So we've got this Aries stellium going on, where there really is a collective theme right now of self and these Aries qualities of having to honor self, having to be confident, having to take the action, having to be connected to our inner warrior and what we want to stand up for and fight for in life. But with this full moon in Leah, it's Leah, full moon in Libra, it's like a balancing act of how are the relationships outside of me in alignment with my relationship to self? Are they in alignment with values? I keep hearing Spirit say that. Are they in alignment with your values? Are they in alignment with what you stand for? And I'm not saying, you guys, that if there's someone in your life that has a difference of opinion than you, that you shouldn't have them in your life. This is more about if there's people that drain your energy or don't honor you for your unique self, right? There's a difference between having difference of opinions and being maybe abused in some kind of way or taking advantage of, or a toxic energy flow in a relationship. So I hope that makes sense how I am explaining that to you guys. And once again, with this full moon, I think one of the most important aspects with it is that it is exactly opposite Chiron. So wounds around our relationships definitely coming up during this time. And check, you guys, in your birth chart, if you'd like to, always do what resonates with you, where you've got Libra 16 degrees in your birth chart, because that's going to be actually the sign and degree of this Libra full moon. And that's going to show you the area of your life where something is really getting illuminated. Okay, so whatever house that is in, any planets that you may have in Libra or around 16 degrees Libra. And a lot of you guys were asking a very good question. I saw in the comments of last week's Beyond Astro video, you guys were saying, Meg, when you tell us to look in our chart to find, where a certain sign and degree is, how do we find that in our chart? Okay, so I'm going to just take a moment now to explain this to you guys because it is very important. Okay, so in a chart, so let's pretend that this chart that's up right now was your birth chart. Okay, so in everybody's birth chart, somewhere you have each of the signs that's going to be shown on the most outer rim of the birth chart. So look, guys, where my mouse is moving. So in my astrology program, it's in the yellow outside rim of the astrology chart. And at the beginning of each house, we've got one of the astrological signs. Okay, so you're going to want to look at your chart. You're going to want to look at the chart rulers, which the chart rulers is the sign that rules each house. And you're going to want to find the Libra symbol. This one over here is the Libra symbol, the two lines with the top line having a little bit of a middle hump in it. And you can always look, type into Google or the internet, astrological signs, go to images, and you can see the symbols for the astrological signs. So you know that this is Libra. So wherever you see that Libra sign in your chart, okay, you look at what house Libra is in your chart. That is the area that's being highlighted right now. And if you have any placements within, like, I would say 5 degrees of 16 degrees Libra, so 5 degrees before 16 or after, that's going to be a planet getting really highlighted with this full moon. So something being illuminated there. Let me know, you guys, if I explained that well in the comments. I hope that I did, because I'm very passionate about the astrology making sense to you guys. And if you guys have any questions about anything at all, let me know in the comments. I love to read your comments. I love you guys so much and want astrology to make sense for you. So before we go any further, I do want to mention that I'm so excited for this. So April 5th, today, we're going to be having at 3 p.m. Eastern, a Libra full moon singing bowl meditation with the lovely, the magical, my Scorpio sister, Elena. So that'll be hosted by Elena and Janine, who's going to be doing a tarot reading segment. And if you haven't checked out one of these full moon singing bowl meditations with Elena and Janine, these are absolutely fantastic. It makes me want to cry even thinking about it. The last one I did was so powerful. So this is going to be with the theme of balance, harmony, and relationships. So if you'd like to check that out, you guys sign up and participate. Go to beyondmystic.academy to register. And this is a live event that, again, is going to be April 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check that out, you guys. Okay. So really, I think the full moon is the biggest thing happening this week, which I talked about, but also these really cool positive aspects that we've got going on of the Venus sextile Neptune, yay, and the Sun conjunct Jupiter, which is super, super lucky. But we've also got, I want to mention as well, the energy of the upcoming eclipse season building up. It's only just over 2 weeks away. So we actually are in the energy of the eclipse season, starting to feel it. So if you haven't already checked out the video, the last ASTRO decode that Julie and I did over at the MAISON YouTube channel, 2 weeks ago, we did an ASTRO decode on this April-May eclipse season. We go really in depth into that. So definitely check that out, you guys. That's a really cool video that we did. But if you're feeling like this energetic buildup, I know I've been feeling this and a lot of other people feeling this, like something is just bubbling collectively. It's this energy of the eclipse season coming up. So I will talk about that more in the next video. And yeah, let's see here. Want to mention again, guys, that if you'd like to have a personal consultation with me, you can go over to maisonjupiter.com for my 1-year personal forecast readings or my birth chart analysis readings. And we've got the 10% off discount code BeyondMystic to use for your next reading with me. And also remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel to keep up to date with all the magical stuff that we've got going on. And yeah, we love you guys so, so much. Wishing you all an absolutely magical, magical week, and happy full moon in Libra. I know it's very much about relationships and all that, but even if you're not in a relationship, you deserve love. You deserve to give yourself love and maybe do something special with yourself. That sounded really weird the way that I just said that, but not, you guys know what I mean. Do something special for yourself, okay? Love yourself. And if you're not in a relationship, treat yourself the way that you would like to be treated if in a relationship. I know a lot of people that manifested relationships just by buying themselves flowers, buying themselves chocolates, doing things that they would do for a partner if they had one. So definitely do that, guys, if it resonates. And I want to share too that I was pulling some cards for us for this upcoming week astrologically, and this really, really blew my mind. From my Star Codes Astro deck, I got Juno, which is an asteroid about partnership, okay, which is very much a Libra energy. And I pulled the Aries card, take action. So when you guys are hearing me or anyone else saying take action with this Aries energy, just notice what's the first thing that comes up for you when we're saying take action. Is there a certain thought that you're having, a feeling you're having? That is your intuition telling you what is for your highest good to take action on at this time. And again, the card is showing, look at your relationships, see what's going on with that, see what's being reflected back through the relationships. And I pulled an archetype card. You guys know I love these archetype cards, which is the companion total Libra card, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So our relationships are very important, you guys. Who we surround ourselves with, our sacred circle is very important. And one time when I was in Guatemala doing a shamanic training, there was a teacher there that said something that I never, ever will forget. And I will leave this with you guys, that I'm sure maybe some of you have heard this before. But I went to him for a healing session. And at the time I was there, I was in a very unhealthy relationship. And he kept saying to me, Meg, birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather fly together. And birds of a feather grow together. And what he meant by that is we can only grow and fly and spread our wings as much as the people that we choose to surround ourselves with. So if we choose to surround ourselves with people that are not really in alignment with us, they don't want to spread their wings and fly in whatever way that a lot of us light workers, star seeds, people on mission want to do at this time, that actually holds us back. And we only go as far as actually the people that we choose to surround ourselves with. So let me know what you guys think of that. That when I heard that, I never forgot that. And it blew my mind and it gave me a visual of the whole situation I was in at the time. So yeah, hope that resonates with you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you guys all so much. Have an absolutely magical week, and we'll see you next Wednesday for the next Beyond Astro weekly forecast.